Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Working hard, tired, but thanks for joining us today. So I got my lovely panel today. We got Cloud, Southside, and Malik the villain. So let's see. It's episode 43. Yeah, I can't believe we made it this far. All right, so nevertheless, let's get into it. What's our favorite topic right now is the Kendrick Superbowl madness. So I want to ask you guys, what did y'all think overall of the performance?
Shit, it was a pretty good performance in my opinion. Been seeing a lot of mixed reviews and shit, but I know where the mixed reviews coming from.
So do you think it was overrated? Do you think it was highly adequately rated or what? Because when I seen it, I thought it was dope. And then to see like the discourse and like the amount of hating going on right now, it's just like, what? Did we not see the same performance?
It was a good performance, but we have to understand the day and age of the time that we are in, because people are going, as a Division I level hater, I understand that everybody is going to find a reason to hate on the performance. They was mad when J-Lo and Shakira did it because it was too Latin. They was mad that Dr. Dre, Kendrick, and friends was doing it when it was in LA. They was mad at The Weeknd. They were mad that Beyonce did it. So it's like they're always going to find a reason to hate on it. But if we're looking at the totality of performances, that should be up there with one of the best. I know people were expecting him to go up there and do his hits, but he already did that in LA. So this was just building on an album that had already dropped that is going to be getting more publicity, more numbers, and he did it to be childish and petty, and I applaud that.
Yeah, it was a good performance, like I said, and I think the reason why people were saying that it was goddamn trash and shit because of the crowd. I noticed when I was watching the crowd went like into it, but you think about it, a bunch of high class rich people is not gonna be cheering for a hip hop act like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
it was like
to account the game itself. Like the game itself was 24-0. So a lot of people kind of had already tuned out before the halftime show had even started. Because if anybody who was watching that game, you knew the Chiefs had no shot of winning. The only reason I even continued to keep watching was the halftime show. Once that shit was over, I did not watch the rest of that game. I was folding clothes. I was getting ready for work on Monday. And all that other stuff. Like that shit had. It's just a bunch of white people in the crowd who played thousands of dollars. They don't give a fuck about no goddamn rap beef.
Exactly. And I give a fuck about Kendrick whooping Drake ass. So they did not care. But it was like on a different circumstance, like a different crowd or something. Yeah, that shit would have been way little. Like no bullshit. But like if it was from home, that shit was good.
Yeah, and the thing that's been going around a lot lately that I've been noticing is a lot of people are coming out. A lot of people hate Drake. A lot of people love Kendrick because they hate Drake, and a lot of people hate Kendrick because they love Drake. That's like a lot of the recent wave of people that are coming in. They're like, going like the extremists. Everyone else is like pretty much like they listen to both, and some might be swayed and whatnot, but the extremists are pretty much like people that have just like recently really made either one of them a thing to themselves. But other than that, it was a good performance. Would I say he's capable of better? Absolutely, because he's he's done like shows with like puppets and shit. Like he can put on a show better than better than this. But just on like a general baseline, it wasn't nowhere near trash, not even like subpar. It was a good show. Yeah, was it like the best halftime show ever? Was it like one of the greatest performances in like history? No, but there's extremists on both sides, so it's like it was a good performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good for me.
I thought it was great. I mean, my only complaint is that he didn't perform older stuff, but that's really my only thing. But honestly,
I think that's where the thing came in, is that he'd already done like a lot of his older stuff when he did it with Dre and 50 Cent and them. So it's like, I know people wanted to hear the hits in his older stuff, but I think people have to understand that like he wasn't gonna go up there and do the same thing twice.
Yeah,
he wasn't gonna give you what you'd already seen, because then if he had done that, people say, "Oh well, I wanted to hear the hits, the older stuff, the things that he." But then somebody would have been like, "Well, he already did this before. What was the point of putting him on stage if he was gonna already do songs he already done did before?" So he hyped up the songs that were popular right now. It just so happened that two of them were songs that were dissing Drake. That's essentially what it is. However, this
I kind of respect it too, because like normally like during a halftime show, they're performing the hits, but it's like him performing mostly like GNX stuff, like I gotta respect it. It's just like you gonna hear my new shit that I got out.
He doubled down, which is what you're supposed to do.
PG, right? Like so PG Lang is his label, right?
Yeah, that's him. And the first thing he did was with that label is he got Baby Keem on board, which was the correct thing to do because he's gonna look out for his cousin. And it's one of those things where he's pushing his own brand, and that's what the halftime show is for anyways. You're promoting yourself. So, if anybody ever seen the reason we got the halftime show is because of In Living Color. And there were tons of fucking acts that they needed to have. So they tried to get the biggest of the biggest superstars in music to combat people from not turning the channel to watch something else. So when you look at this list of people, like this group of artists that have gone on that stage and done their hits, for him to be ranked as high as he is, just in regard, not just according to The Athletic, but in regards to other publications, like all he did was just perform what the fuck he dropped like 2 months ago. Like that's crazy to me. I support it.
I like it because it's kind of like which ties into the hypothetical we got later, but like it's kind of like not redefining what a halftime show would be, but it's just like doing something different. And I respect it because, like, even from like a marketing perspective, like he got that shit down pat. Like, dropped that surprise album, and then he just performed that shit at the Super Bowl on his own shit. That's crazy.
Yep.
Like, and then he like made history too because it was like 133 million people watched it, but I seen people were saying that for Ushers it was like 200 million or something. And
people didn't read. People didn't read at all. It was a mixture. It was different. The wording was different because they were talking about the likes on YouTube and how many views the halftime show got, and then they also talked about the views upon the game, like the football game as a whole in general. So it was like people were kind of missing. George Bush got to pay for his crimes because niggas can't read. That's all that is. Like all that confusion.
Reading is fundamental.
Yeah, niggas not knowing how to read. That's
Reading.
Yeah, because isn't it wasn't
Isn't
it
it
the
crazy?
most viewed halftime show ever?
Yeah, it is. He had 30 million views. It took Usher 6 months to get that. He had that in like what 3 days. So it's
Yeah,
that's really that. But that goes to show you how powerful the new generation has become. The access to media has become, because if we did have somebody like a Prince or a Michael Jackson to grace the stage in today's time, that's a billion views right there, man. Like, so for somebody like Kendrick to get
Michael
that,
Jackson would live and do that shit again.
yeah, like that's just very impressive. So, but like I said, man, overall, I think it was a great performance. I think the memes and jokes that have come from it will be everlasting forever. It was. I personally enjoyed it. I damn near knocked over my child trying to dance. So yeah, it was a very good experience. So looking forward to seeing what they do next year, because now I guess the standard is somebody from the hometown gotta do the halftime show every fucking year.
So was Lil Wayne the better choice?
Fuck no.
Man, listen, I love Wayne.
I don't know why people keep saying that.
He can't rap. It's like walking and chewing gum at the same time. He can't do both. He can. I don't think if anybody even seen WrestleMania, he went on stage and did half of his verse to a milli of the very first verse, and he didn't even say the goddamn words right. He don't know his lyrics.
Yeah, I remember that shit. That was last year, wasn't it? With Jay Uso.
Yeah, when he walked Jay Uso down to the ring, like he don't even have that same stage presence. He did a concert for the Super Bowl, or it was the college football playoff in January, and it was like nobody had fun. Nobody had a good time because he just stood in one place on the stage. Barely said anything because the backtrack was louder than his actual microphone.
And the fact that he's gotten older too and shit is like,
yeah.
All that plays
a
factor into that. And I don't know why
I seen a video
because my fault, Star.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because like going back to what Southside said, like, nigga, why the fuck would a person from their hometown perform at Super Bowl when that shit's never been done before? It's like they pick who they want to perform and shit, or who's big at the time. I don't know why people keep saying that shit, like, Wayne could have did it better. Like, no, the fuck he couldn't. I'm sorry, I love you, Wayne, but you could not have done better. No, sir. Now, there was like goddamn around like, what, Carter 2, Carter 3, Wayne. Yes, okay, I can kind of see it. But, nigga, this is 2025, nigga. I think we're good on Lil Wayne performing at Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
I don't even think that was.
Yeah, people want to hear the hits, but I'm like, and anybody who's seen my tweets know I've been just pointing out the obvious. Niggas out here niggas wanted to go out here and dance to 6 foot, 7 foot. Have Corey Guns on stage. I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, y'all niggas wanted the whole crowd to be dancing to go DJ. Please stop it. Like, another thing people fail to mention is that the New Orleans crowd, people from the city of New Orleans, was not going to be in attendance for the fucking game. So
exactly.
If the crowd barely knew Kendrick, you think they was gonna know Mixtape Wayne? Like, can we please be fucking serious here?
I mean, I can say a Millie. He would perform a Millie.
But that's
Lollipop.
You think he gonna go up there and perform She Will with fucking you think he gonna go up there? He gonna go up there and do everything he got a feature on. Like, don't nobody want to hear that. Oh my god, he don't go out there and do fucking No Worries.
Oh
And
That'd be
man.
the
crazy.
crowd gonna go fucking quiet because they don't know what the fuck he talking about.
If he went up
Allow
there
me to
and
have
did
my
lollipop, if he went up there and did lollipop, security might take him off the stage.
Bro, exactly.
As they should.
All right. So, how would we rate Kendrick's performance on the scale of like all the people that are performed that we've seen? Because
I say it's at least like 3 or 4 for me.
okay, because
Yeah, I still got
Behind
I still
like
got Michael
Prince
Jackson.
and Michael Jackson. Like I put him up there with Usher, who went last year. I put him up there with Beyonce. So kind of like that top 5. It's kind of like interchangeable.
Yeah, about the same.
Because I mean, it 3, 4, or 5. Like Prince is 1, Michael Jackson 2. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And then like 3, 4, and 5 could be Kendrick, Beyonce, and then you could put like Usher or Justin Timberlake. You can interchange that 5 spot, so it kind of doesn't matter.
okay,
Yeah.
dang, Rihanna down low.
True, but
I
at
actually
least
didn't
she's
see
10. But 10 out of 100, because hundreds, like it's only one fucking rock band up there. So it's like, yeah, they kind of got away from that. So it's different. We just in a different day and age. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we're satisfied with number 4. We can take that amongst all of them. Of course, Prince, the GOAT. R.I.P. the legend.
Damn. Justin Timberlake and his fucking ramen noodle haircut isn't even on here.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so apparently the public says that was the worst halftime show ever.
They weren't even around to see the other one. So that's a
Yeah,
moot point. Because like we gonna sit here and acknowledge the simple fact that y'all niggas weren't even around when Coldplay hit the stage. Please stop. And I love Coldplay. I don't want, and I'm not trying to slight Coldplay. I love Coldplay. But y'all saying ever. Like, you gotta not understand. There are tons of acts that have been on that stage. Maroon 5. We gonna say like that was the
that
best.
shit was fucking.
Are we really gonna? We're gonna like. Come on now. Let's be for real.
Like, there's been tons of acts way before Kendrick, and we're gonna say that's the worst one of all time. Like that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers be lying and shit. I don't like that. What we talking about? Talking about their damn neck, man. That shit's crazy.
Tim said, "Congrats to K-Dot. And y'all better not let them skate rink jeans slide."
Man, them bell bottoms was fire. I don't even fucking nobody say. Them bell bottoms was fire. That's not my style, but them shits was fire. I can't wear those.
You look
I don't look right in that. My legs, I got tree trunk thigh. My legs too big for that shit. I work out too much. I do leg press too much. My shit not gonna look right. But
I'm a skinny nigga, so no, nah, man.
I've seen worse outfit choices than some bell bottoms. I've seen worse outfit choices than some bell bottoms, so we can let that go. But no, I don't. I feel like it's irresponsible. Before we move on to something else, I do think that it is very irresponsible to say that Kendrick had the worst halftime performance when, again, we've seen countless acts go up there and like no one's ever said, "Oh, Maroon 5 or The Weeknd had the best halftime show performance." We're only getting this discourse because 1 is somebody who's black, 2 is Kendrick Lamar, who has been hating on Drake for the last 7 months and has not stopped yet. And that's all we've heard. So that's why it's like, if you're saying it's the worst, you're only saying that from the heart of a Drake fan. Not somebody who actually appreciates the art or who watches football on the regular.
And you have the YTs who saw what the fuck he was doing They're like, oh my God, no, we don't like it. No. So yes, you have that, the Drake fans, and the YTs, if y'all know them, if y'all get my drift. So
The white tees, I
so
just caught that.
the YTs, man. Y'all know.
It's
But
funny.
that's fucking bullshit. Cause that shit was very symbolic too. And if you got in like the Decode shit, y'all caught on to it. What Kendrick was doing during that performance. So yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. So let's see what you guys were saying about this performance. So pretty much people don't like to think. People did not like that he had a message in his performance. It was like people were saying that he was making it all about Drake. It wasn't all about Drake.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it really wasn't, nigga.
Because that's the thing. They wouldn't know it wasn't all about Drake because they didn't understand the message. They weren't willing to put their thinking caps on for just a minute. You know, they weren't able to sit in their thinking chair. Shout out Blues Clues. Watching Blues Clues with my kid. But yeah, like, and it was funny as how like we're gonna sit here and act like the halftime performance had a message. Okay, yeah. Do y'all not understand that music itself has a message? Every fucking song, even if it's just, hey, the message, hey, I'm gonna go to the club and pop some bottles. Every song has a fucking message. Every one. So we can't sit here and act like, oh, you know, I listen to the fun music, the trap stuff, the same trap rap where the dude is talking about how he had to go on the stove and whip up the powder so he could sell it on the block to take care of his family. You talking about that message? Okay. Come on now. Listen. Niggas being dense on purpose. This shit was annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I fucking hate niggas want to be fucking cold.
No, a lot of it is on purpose, though. A lot of it is on purpose to get a narrative going.
Yeah.
The narrative that's, you know, that they're trying to push. You know, that the whole industry is conspiring against Drake, and really at the end of the day it's not that. It's that he's pissed off a lot. He's pissed off a lot of people, and the people that he pissed off are, you know, not bailing him out.
I tweeted a list of people he has pissed off, and I left off a hell of a lot of names in addition to the ones I already had on that list. So, you know, and it's funny because I don't know if anybody saw the last episode of Abbott Elementary, but they was telling the guy was like, if all the people that you have a problem with start leaving your life, you're the problem. So it's like everybody who messed with Drake in the beginning, once people started to disassociate and start to move away from him, you start to realize that, like, bro, there's no way that everybody got a problem with just you. Like, if it's just 2 or 3 people, we could chop that up to, you know, they might be on some bullshit. But everybody, like, the fact that they're singing the diss track at the Grammys, the most polite, whitest thing you could probably ever go to, and they're singing the diss track at the Grammys. I've never seen that, ever. Tyler, Creator performed New Magic Wand. Nobody fucking moved. Nobody moved in that crowd. Soon as that verse came on, everybody's ready to sing A minor. Everybody.
Crazy. Everybody harmonized that bitch, boy. I ain't never seen no shit like that for my life.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's weird because they're trying to get a narrative going now that they were exaggerating people singing A minor in the crowd and not as many people.
No, I seen a live video. No, that A minor part was nasty. That A minor part was nasty. Everybody was singing that shit. I don't give a fuck who that was.
It's just like yeah, he had Kai Cenat go on his stream and say that they was artificially like making it seem bigger
They
than
pay
what it
him for that
was.
shit.
I'm like, okay, Drake paid you to say that or what?
They
To
pay
get that
him.
propaganda going?
He was just at the Royal Rumble. They pay him. They pay him to do and say shit. Certain things from him I have to take with a grain of salt because he get paid to say certain shit. But
Yeah.
because he'll create a narrative as well. So this tweet right here, when they're saying, you know, people don't know Ball because he rapping into the mic, switching up the lyrics and doing all that stuff. That is impressive because he literally was switching up his flows and you could hear him more than the backtrack. And that's very impressive. And to make, you know, the situation even more impressive is that he's doing all this shit live. This ain't no pre-recorded type shit. This is one take Drake. You get one shot to do good at this, and that's it. Because we said rapping is a sport. What is more sport about this? And I will say, Meet the Grams was not sport. That was hatred. That was pure fucking hatred. That ain't sport. I don't know what the fuck that was, but everything else was a sport.
Right, he definitely had A1 breath control. Right.
People were saying that that's not impressive, and I'm confused as to if we're saying like breath control, switching up, you know, lyrics live on stage in the moment isn't impressive, but y'all wanted Lil Wayne to go up there. Lil Wayne can't even rap half his catalog. And then the songs that he do remember, he can't do that.
I promise you, most of those people would be winded trying to perform more than 2 or 3 songs. Like
I get winded trying to rap in the house.
You know what's
right,
horrible?
like, yeah, that's skill.
Yeah.
So people just fucking
The thing is though, people say that, but it's like 90% of the people that they listen to perform over their vocal tracks. Not even instrumentals, not even a backing track. They just perform over the song.
It'd be the same niggas who go to Rolling Loud.
Yeah. So
and listen to and have the whole performer literally have the track playing in the background and then the crowd doing all the work. That's the type of concert they had. They wanted to hear that 6 foot, 7 foot Corey Guns come out and we rap the verse for him. He don't even say anything.
Corey Guns would put on a better fucking halftime show.
He would. He definitely would. He only got 4 songs, but them 4 songs go crazy.
That's crazy.
Shout out Corey Guns. Soulja Boy would have gave us a better show.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Soulja Boy would have gave us a better show than goddamn Lil Wayne, man. In fact, we could have just had instead of Lil Wayne, we could have just had a versus halftime show. Could have been fucking anybody at this point.
I'm dead.
The show was mid.
Very anti-Lil Wayne.
Do you know what mid actually
Yeah, I don't know
means?
about that.
Like, do we know what mid means? Mid means average. So if that's average, what is better than that? Again, outside, Usher was on fucking skates, nigga. That's impressive. Rihanna was suspended in the air and performed pregnant. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, do we know what we are like? Do we know Ball, or are we just talking because we just don't like the nigga performing? Do we not like Kendrick, or do we not like the music? What is it?
And that's the thing, because just like with people that I've seen, like you're hating just because you don't like Kendrick and you're a Drake fan.
Exactly.
Like, I've seen a lot of
what other justification do you have?
Crashing out.
The thing is though, is
just
good.
like
it was good. It was good. It wasn't like amazing. It was good, but it's like people don't really, unless you've seen his other performances, you don't really have room to say like you don't have a reference point, and you're kind of just saying that just to say it, like, oh, that shit was trash.
If you've seen
all the other
the
reference that
Amazon
they have
Prime
is
show,
Exactly.
If y'all should have seen his Amazon Prime show he did in Paris, that shit was fucking lit, nigga. That right there, that was the shit.
Yeah.
So,
like, yeah, but good is not mid.
So what did y'all think about the symbolism in his message?
The symbolism was fire. At first, I thought my first thought was when I saw it, I'm like, am I looking at a fucking PlayStation controller? That was my first thought. Because at first I thought I'm like, bro, I have not had an edible, and I don't smoke like that anymore. I honestly, I don't smoke anymore at all. I've kind of chilled on that, father things. But I thought I was looking at a PlayStation controller. Yes. Then I thought I was looking at Squid Games, and then Samuel Jackson old ass came on my screen. I'm like, oh, this finna get motherfuckerly quickly. I know where this is going. This is finna be a hate show. And that's exactly what it turned into. But the flag, the division, Serena coming out, crip walking on the man grave, absolutely fucking hilarious. The think pieces on her alone, please stop it. Stop it. Yeah, stop the disrespect. Please stop it. I'm sick of seeing it. Stop it. Stop. Like, the man dissed Serena Williams in his music and her husband. He legit dissed her in his music. And she can't retaliate by getting on stage and crip walking? That's crazy. We doing double standards to an absurd degree, people. Can we please stop that? That's just right. We being irresponsible.
We're trying to tell you how you tolerate disrespect. Yeah.
Well, no, it's them trying to act. It's them trying to spin the shit like the disrespect isn't happening. Like it's just, oh, she's a bitter ex. It's like it's all one-sided. No, she's responding to like constant, like basically harassment.
Yeah.
So,
but he do that to everybody. He harasses and bullies people, and it's funny because Drake responded to Serena while she was on stage crip walking, but he has yet to respond to Kendrick outside of saying, "Oh, I'm not dead. I got an album coming out with P&D," which nobody fucking cares. I promise you, nobody gives a fuck about this album with P&D, bro. I promise you, they don't.
Yeah, and I don't see anybody suing him for harassment. Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying. So it's a lot of. There were a lot of my favorite moment of symbolism in the show was the A minor chain. That had me on the fucking floor. Because I'm like, this is pure hate. You know how much you gotta hate a nigga to get a lowercase a chain? Like, as a jeweler, you don't think that's something you like. They've made ice cream cones. Somebody's made a toilet for Lil Duval. But a lowercase a is so simplistic but has so many meanings behind it. Like, that's true hatred.
A fucking A minor. Like, nigga, God, look at that damn shit. I'm like, the fuck you
so,
on his damn chain?
Is it a double entendre though? Because people were saying it's A minor, but isn't that the A for PG Lane?
He ain't promoting no, I'm sorry. He's not promoting no PG Lane during this show. He's not. That we all know what that chain stood for, but also Kendrick Lamar is actually and there's a lot of other artists who do shit like this, but Kendrick's one of those rappers where he is very conscious to where he does shit on purpose to where he knows people are going to create like Reddit threads about what the fuck he's talking about. And it could be something as simplistic as him rapping about fucking making the sandwich. And I guarantee you there's a whole Reddit thread about the type of bread that he used and the company that owns it and what the owner did 20 years ago with this one girl. And it's like, Kendrick's like that type of artist. So with this performance, it's kind of like the same thing where it's like, it could just be nothing, but then it might not be at all. Like somebody said, his bell bottom jeans was about. They said Drake Bell, and then they alluded to the song with DJ Khaled because Drake Bell and DJ Khaled now had a little song together because Drake was like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with DJ Khaled." I said, "Bro, who came up with this shit? How did you piece that together? It's like putting together a puzzle that doesn't exist, bro."
Yeah, I just put a shit y'all at this point. Like, nigga, who the fuck has the time?
Niggas be creative.
I'm glad I wasn't hot watching this shit because honestly, I might have been in them Reddit threads myself going crazy. Like, did you see this? This shit was crazy.
I'm like, oh.
Gotta stay on Reddit at 2 a.m.
This is the PG Lane. This is the PG Lane logo.
It is, but that ain't. I'm telling you, that's not what he was promoting. I love the label. I'm happy that shit ain't had nothing to do with PG Lane. Even if that is the logo, I feel like Kendrick. That shit had like, bro.
I feel like he did that knowing that it could be interpreted that way.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I'm saying. He do shit like that on purpose. Because it means one thing, but realistically, it means something else.
He's very clever. I'll say that.
Yep.
I respect the double entendres and like, because even when Euphoria came out, people were just like picking out a bunch of details and making it mean this and that. And it's just like he's so weird and like real artistry.
That Parkinson's line was crazy.
The which one? About 40?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. That I park your son line.
Nice.
Wow. I'm still shook at that one.
So I think the general consensus about like why they didn't like the Super Bowl, is it because he had the message? Is it because it was too ghetto? Was it too because he didn't perform the hits? Or like
let me break this down so we can move on to something different. I'm gonna be real quick.
Right.
White people didn't like it because it was hip hop. Drake fans didn't like it because it's Kendrick. Anybody else who says that the performance was bad and they wanted to hear the hits, they didn't understand that he'd already done the hits before, and this man got an album to promote. And he's also going to continue to keep dissing a grown man who threatened to sue his label for promoting that he was a pedophile when there's actual evidence out there. So everybody had reasons to hate it, just none of the reasons to justify it.
Oh. So, as a segue to the next topic, I guess, him suing and doing all this whole shit, Ebro says that Drake is a sickness to hip hop. So right now, people are talking about Ebro. He made a tweet saying the inability to admit excessive materialism, excessive partying, and women, and not evolving from your 25/30-year-old self is a sickness. And I guess people were talking to him about that because.
Yeah, I mean he's been doing it. Like he's like almost 40 years old, still the content is still the same from like Take Care, like going through women's purses and like just weird passive aggressive shit. Like he has not progressed any.
Nope.
And it's like if the music isn't progressing, that starts to call into question like, are you growing as a human at all to any degree? And he's not, because his music is so centered on self that it's like he's only ever talking about himself in his life. So it's like if it's the same as it was 20 years ago, then it's like, you know, there's reason to believe like you're just fucking immature.
Yeah.
And you don't have any like sense of accountability to, to eat. That's the thing when people have so much money and they put themselves in a bubble, they never have to be wrong. Because you could just surround yourself with people that will tell you you're right all the time. You never have to be wrong. You never have to hold yourself accountable. And he's been famous for so long that it's like he has yes men around him, and he always has.
I think to add on to that, I think another thing that happened is that he suffers from delusions of grandeur, in a sense that his early work was so highly praised that it never, to me, in my opinion, I don't think it ever gave him the motivation to actually try new things and evolve as an artist, because what he would do with his music and his formula of making music, it kept working and it continued to work. And his only way of actually attempting to evolve was stealing flows from other people and hopping on the wave of other people. When he hopped on the Migos wave, when he stole XXXTentacion's wave, and he stole his flow, and he jumps on these bandwagons and he works with these new artists that pop up out of nowhere. He did one song with Block Boy JB. Where the fuck is he? He brings in these people to his label, and if you look at that OVO label, there was actually some talent on there, but where are they? Anytime someone's gotten close to him in any way, shape, form, or fashion, it's not him stepping up to change and be better than that person. It's a way to, let me make the same shit that other people have been making. The fans will like it. He puts it out. And then these motherfuckers just magically disappear because, well, Drake has just surpassed them again in some bullshit Spotify numbers because he's done remade the same album 4 times. Like, people say Views is a good album, and I'm like, what the fuck were y'all listening to?
Yeah, it's kind of mid to me. I feel like that was the beginning of when he became superstar Drake. Lean more into some pop kind of shit.
I feel like, and this is, I would say, when he made Hotline Bling, that was the beginning of the end for me. Like, don't get me wrong, the man has his moments where he can make some good music, and he can give you something that's creative, even though 9 times out of 10, Yachty's gonna write his music anyway. He can give you something that's good, but if we talking about a cohesive body of work, like J. Cloud is right, that shit is not, that shit just shows no growth. Like, just as a man, it don't show no growth.
I'm gonna keep it real. Drake is he's a hit maker. He's just a hit making artist, but yeah, making a consistent body of work, that's what I have a problem. That's all I really ever did have a problem with Drake. But when it comes to hit songs and shit, I gotta give it to him. You know what I mean? To hit songs.
Like,
but
at least Future can admit he had a problem and try to change a little bit and try to be less toxic. At least Future could try to admit that. Drake can't do that. And I think the biggest problem is that Drake's music was pushed to an absurd degree, and a lot of people don't like change. A lot of people want to hear the same shit over and over and over again, and they don't expect no growth from their artists. And while it's okay for things to not change, making the same album and throwing a different title on it every time does not work, especially after 50 fucking years. Like, we gotta stop at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't, but at the same time, a lot of fans encourage that. And when you step outside of what you're doing, like if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's kind of like the mentality that a lot of artists have adopted. Because if you do switch it up, then fans will be, oh, I don't want to play with you anymore, and dump you in the trash.
Yeah, but also that's why, again, I'm gonna keep hyping this point up. That's why mixtapes were important, people. Because if you just did a mixtape, anything that you just wanted to do went out for free. You tested the waters with your mixtape. So if you had some experimental shit sitting in the vault, throw all those songs on a tape and put that shit out. If it works, if people fuck with it and they like it, the fans will let you know. Then you could work to include that on your next album, if you so choose. Or if you don't, and it's trash, and it doesn't fucking work, and it doesn't, have good reception, then don't fucking add it to your next album. Move on to something else. We've literally seen Tyler Creator switch up his entire thing, his entire style. And the nigga won a Grammy. So we can't act like stepping outside of your comfort zone is always going to be a bad thing. It can result in good, but you can't be afraid to try. Niggas get afraid of what the fuck the fans think. Nigga, it's art at the end of the day. Who the fuck cares? You in it for the money, you in it for the art. That's what's gonna be the determining factor of it.
For real.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I mean, mixtapes and albums have become conflated to the point where it's like, if an album doesn't perform how somebody wants it, they could just say it's a mixtape. So it's like we don't really even know what a mixtape is anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, because that's what everybody was telling me when JT dropped that bullshit, and I roasted it to beyond belief, and motherfuckers was like, "Oh, but it's a mixtape." When did the quality of mixtapes go down to where we just assume that every mixtape is supposed to be bad? Because last time I checked, there are hella mixtapes out here in the world that are better than albums that we still bump front to back to this day.
Yeah, because people used to use that as like testing grounds when they couldn't hear samples and they couldn't put out certain songs and features and shit like that. So they would just throw it on a mixtape for free.
And I feel like once we get back to that level, then we'll be fine. But I feel like just as a whole, when we're talking about Drake and what he has done to the hip hop game, I think he has caused more harm than good, because people have either wanted to copy his formula of making songs, or his numbers have been so dependent on his prior albums in the past that it gives him justification to kind of put out anything now, because they're always going to say, oh, well, his numbers for the month of February have been up in upwards of the billions, because niggas are still listening to Take Care at 2025. That's why the numbers are high. Nobody can sit here and tell you with a straight face they went back and played Certified Lover Boy front to back in this year. Nobody's done that. I guarantee you nobody's done that shit.
Shout out to D. It says streaming killed mixtapes. Mixtapes used to contain uncleared samples, and all these artists with their projects on streaming.
Everybody know that.
Hey, I feel you.
Everybody know that.
Yeah.
If you need to make money off your art,
piggyback off that. He said, "I need to make money off my art."
Then you're not in it for the. Everybody deserves to make money off their art, but at the end of the day, though, it's still art. It should be interpreted in a way. If you only prioritize money, then you're not in it for the art as a whole. That's the difference. As a fan of music, I'm in it for the music. I don't give a fuck whether or not somebody likes my review because, X, Y, and Z. If I talk to this artist and they want me to listen to their shit, I'm not going to give them just a good review just because you asked me to listen to your shit. No, I'm going to be honest and direct because it's meant to be interpreted in a way. If you don't like the way I interpret it, then we can just have that discussion. But if you feel as though you entitled to money off of everything that you do, then you're not in it for just the art. You in it for the money, and that's okay.
I'm just gonna say something a lot of people don't want to hear. If you can't make money off of your art, and your art is exactly the way that you want to make it, then make better art. If you have to make art for the purpose of making money, then it's not even art anymore. Now you're making a product.
That's true.
I ain't mad at that. I mean, it's the truth, though.
Yeah, I guess you got to be honest with yourself about what you're in it for.
Most niggas are not honest with themselves, and we have to be honest. The amount of DMs and shit that I get to listen to fucking music and that shit be hot damn trash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like the money will come if you're dope and you're determined and you stick to it. Like the money will come if you like. Obviously, there's more factors to it. Like you gotta know what you're doing. Know how you're moving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You said the market sets the price. If you have a product nobody wants to purchase, then maybe you're in the wrong business. So I mean, I get it, because when you're an artist, you want
all these artists that got fucking 6 monthly listeners will be choosing to be openly disrespectful towards me. I'm the only clout that you're gonna get, so you might want to go ahead and keep doing that shit.
But that's also what he said is also very it's nuanced because of the time that we're in. Nobody's actually selling their music; they're just putting it on streaming. And they're accepting, fractions of pennies. People don't sell physicals. Yeah, people don't sell physicals like that. Some do, but for the most part, like you're not seeing people like Drake and Kendrick does. You're not seeing like typical major label artists sell physicals.
Yeah, I just feel like the system of the music industry has been messed up, so people don't really know how to properly, get their money for it. But like he said, as much as you love it, you want people to buy it. Okay, that's true. He said, or die as a starving artist. How many great artists we know that are broke and struggling? Great artists. Hey,
it is what it is. Everybody can't make it. Everybody can't go. So that's just the reality of it. There's not room for everybody at the top. That just you gotta do what you can out here.
It's true.
All right.
It's true.
What's next?
Yeah, so the days of dudes outside the mall selling CDs is over. But artists think they can upload something on YouTube and it'll pop. Hey, we got entitlement now. The internet gave us a lot of people entitlement. And that's why they give up. Because they don't realize how long it actually takes.
Yep.
And all the extra shit you gotta do.
People buy digital music. People still buy digital music.
Yeah, shoot. We buy vinyls. We all
I
love
still buy
vinyls.
ringtones.
Well, no, I mean digital albums. People will buy like a zip of your MP3s, like Bandcamp and shit like that. People will buy those. So it's not like it's just you've got to lock in with a fan base. But people don't have the fortitude to build a fan base. So, like you said, entitlement and instant gratification.
Ooh, yeah.
So.
Killed that one. But yeah, speaking of music reviews, our lovely Southside and Malik did a review for Pink Siifu's new album. Yeah, by the way, y'all, we do music reviews, so follow us.
I do them often, folks. I've taken a 2-3 week sabbatical because I have just not been in the mood to do anything. I also been locked in on Call of Duty, so I really can't.
This nigga trying to get his rank up.
I'm trying to get prestige already. I'm trying to get prestige.
So what y'all think about this album?
That
Looks
shit,
like some Black Neo in the Matrix type shit.
that shit, to be quite honest, I truly didn't know what I was gonna get when I actually listened to it, because I think one thing about Pink Siifu is that, like, the sound, the different type of productions was very unorthodox. Like,
Yeah,
you
basically.
just didn't. That's not something that you would expect to hear. And I have like one or two of his songs already on my phone, so like when I heard it, I was like, there's a lot going on with the instrumentation. It's a lot of different beat switches, so different parts of the songs were able to breathe in terms of the production, the quality. Sonically, like I said, it was like loud, but then some aspects it kind of was like dependent on tone, and then like lyrically, it was very kind of. It felt like you gotta kind of listen to the delivery and kind of understand subjectively what he was talking about, because it was just, like I said, it was just layered with a bunch of things. But I also know that it was very kind of, like I said, it was a lot to take in, pause, but you just gotta kind of sorry. It's just you gotta kind of embrace it for what it is, because like I said, it was very overwhelming. So I feel like if you're just like, if you're one of those people where it's like you feel like you could become overstimulated like really quickly with music, this might not be the album for you. I still say try it, but this shit was insane. So I think I gave it like a 9.5. I liked it a lot. It's not,
9.5.
Yeah, it's not album of the year. It's not album of the year. That's actually spoiler alert. The next album I'm gonna drop a review for, that's gonna be album of the year. Spoiler alert again. Because I thought it was Mac Miller. I thought it was Mac Miller for like a minute. It might not be anymore. So we'll see. So spoiler alert, next review is album of the year.
Review dropping tomorrow. Y'all tune in. Did you listen to this, Cloud?
Not yet, but Pink Siifu one of them ones. So
yeah,
I'm not. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I don't expect to be disappointed.
So you guys be talking up Pink Siifu, and it makes me. I'm curious. I'm gonna go listen to him.
I don't give good scores for bullshit. I think people have to understand that. Like, when I go and I listen to all these songs and I'm putting them on the Weekly Jams playlist, there's a reason for that, people. Like, there's a reason. We motherfuckers gotta understand that, like, it's okay. Don't be afraid to broaden your horizons. Just because it sounds weird, don't mean it's bad. Just lock in.
Yeah, and he's like his shit's moving now, because it's like he's got he's managed by dude that manages Freddie Gibbs.
About Lambo?
Yeah. That, yeah, him, and I think he's signed to Rock Nation. But yeah, he's one of them ones. So I'm happy to see him like constantly get praise and basically level up every project.
No, for real. He's a very creative hip hop artist, for real. And yeah, that album, it was very unorthodox. And he has I don't know, it's weird. He's able to mix all these genres up together and kind of like make it flow and shit. Like, that's kind of impressive shit. Kind of like, I ain't gonna say it remind me of J-Fed, but it kind of what J-Fed kind of does. But you know, he got.
I was just about to ask that. Is he like a Peggy type of dude?
In a sense, I wouldn't say that, because I think they're experimental in their way, but I think, ironically, I think Peggy has more of a commercial-ish sound that he could incorporate with his raps because he's able to work with the likes of like a Danny Brown and
Denzel
Run the
Curry.
Jewels. Yeah, like Denzel Curry and Run the Jewels, things like so. Like he can make the commercialized music. This album felt like pure underground rap to me. Like it felt purely underground. It felt like if the mainstream got a hold of this, them motherfuckers would be confused.
Yeah.
But to somebody who listens to this type of shit all the time, and who listens to great underground rappers like an Open Mike Eagle or just a straight Mike himself or Atmosphere or some shit like that, like this shit fits right in the damn box. Pause.
No.
I mean, straight up, Pink Siifu pushes it. He pushes like the boundaries way further than JPEG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say that, because you don't know if you're gonna get from him.
Pink Siifu don't give a fuck if you have an anxiety attack. Listen to his shit. He clearly don't give. He don't.
He don't give a
He
shit.
really don't. That's what I was like. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're easily overstimulated, this album might not be for you because that shit legit was like. I had to like stop a few times. So I'm like, am I still on the same song?
Yeah, I like the fuck. I said, hold on.
Yeah, like,
still on the same song, nigga. And I was like,
I heard like 3 beat switches in one track. I can't remember what song it was, but I think it was like 2 or 3 beat switches in one track. I'm like, okay, let me check my phone. I'm like, bro, I'm still on this song. It's not bad. It's just, it's a lot. That's all. Let's do it out. So check it out.
Yeah, and he can scale it back. He can still scale it back and give you like a 10 out of 10 verse on like a Mad Lib beat.
Yeah.
So he's one of the ones.
So yeah.
Would you rate it, Malik?
I forgot. I think I gave it a 9.3 or something out of 10.
Oh, nice.
It was something like that. I gave it. Yeah, I gotta go back and check, but yeah, that's why I had gave it. It's like I had to put it like because we still in the beginning of the year, so it's definitely on my list of best hip hop albums this year so far. But,
absolutely. Easily top 10 right now.
Not really shit. I probably got to say it's number 1. I gotta look at my list again, though. But yeah,
it's number 3 for me right now.
Which number 2?
The album I'm about to review. I can't tell which. I can't give it out.
I thought that was number 1.
Yeah, no. Number 1 is Balloonerism. Number 1 is Balloonerism. That shit is perfect in every sense of the word.
Oh.
Yeah, that shit ain't going nowhere.
Really? All right. We got 2 drops that I've seen. Let me show you guys. So the Carter 6. Are we excited? Do we care?
No, nobody asked for that.
I don't think nobody really got them.
Nobody cares. I swear to God, I don't care. Respectfully, I don't. I don't care.
But it's like,
I don't care.
It's like he's past the point of he's shown that he's like still capable here and there of like giving a great feature verse, but it's like,
bro, he's not Nas. He can't rap past the prime.
Yeah, that's not going to translate to an album. I don't think.
I'm a millionaire. I'm a young money millionaire now. I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
He's notorious for having very bad like whoever the dude, I think his name's Cortez. Basically they pick out the songs. Like he makes like a mass basically a massive like songs, like 100, 150, 200 songs, and they pick like 20 out of them. And he has like notoriously bad like executive producers that just pick the
Weezy F baby, and the F stand for fun.
So it's not going. I don't think it's going to be good.
So nobody's excited. Nobody's gonna listen to it.
Literally could care less.
I mean, I'm gonna still listen to
You
it.
gonna review it though? You gonna review it though?
I'm gonna review it because that's just what I do. But when I tell you, none of this shit is making the best of 2025 playlist. It's not gonna make that list at all. I'm sorry.
He could come with some like God tier level bars in this next album.
I don't want to hear Lil Wayne rap on his own shit. 2025 feature verse is fine every once in a while, because even them feature verses now are getting a little spotty. So yeah, no. What's next?
Y'all counting him out.
What's next?
So that last one was horrible.
All right, so this next one. Cushion Orange Juice 2.
I feel like I feel like this is like 10 years too late.
Are we excited for that?
I feel like this is like 10 years too late. Like,
10?
He could have dropped this like 10 years ago. It would have been fine.
I understand.
This is an album. I don't know. Like, I don't think people like the last few projects we've got from Wiz Khalifa have not been the greatest. So like, I'm trying to figure out what bag are you getting into to do Cushion OJ 2 in 2025? He could have did this shit 10 years ago. We would have been fine. Why are you doing this shit now?
I think Wiz is one of those.
Cushion Orange Juice.
Wiz is one of those rappers that's like, he shows like glimpses that he's far better.
Yes.
Like structure wise, like he has a like smooth like flow, like he knows how to rap, but the words just be like
don't translate.
I feel stupider listening to him. I'm sorry, bro.
It don't translate, bro. It's what I'm okay. So it's like it's not just his lyrics, but it's kind of like his song structure. It's like where you would think there should be a hook, it's an extra verse. Where there's an extra verse, it's not a hook to an outro to end the track. The shit goes for another minute and 20. And you're like, bro, end the fucking song. Like, why are we still here? And then, to make matters worse, again, because mixtape Wiz Khalifa was great, but I feel like he recently got in his bag, and people been making blog era rap. You know, that tweet went viral. Everybody was talking about blog era rap from Chance the Rapper, Lil B, goddamn Chitty Bang. Real niggas know about Chitty Bang. So it's like
Chitty Bang.
That's what I'm saying. Like, real niggas know about Chitty Bang. So it's like, I get it, but I feel like this is the equivalent of somebody taking a television show and just remaking it. That's all it feels like to me. It feels like someone just remade an old television show. Because like I feel like I'm not gonna get the same feeling I got when I listen to Cushion OJ 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
I'm not gonna get that same feeling, and that's what's gonna take the fun out of the project for me, because I'm already I'm going in there with a preconceived notion of what I know this shit is supposed to sound like. It's not gonna sound like that. I already know it. Unfortunately, I have to pre-hate on this already.
I just think he's I don't know.
Yeah.
I really want to hear like an older Wiz album. I felt the same way about him that I do now. Like he's somebody who's capable of being a good rapper that makes turn your brain off music.
Turn your brain off music.
And I'm sorry, that's crazy. That's how I feel about the original Cushion OJ,
That's
honestly.
great. I want to formally apologize to my best friend because this is his favorite rapper.
I'm sorry.
And,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He's gonna be mad at me about my comments, so I'm gonna go ahead and just apologize right now to my boy David. I love you, brother. Yeah, I'm excited, bro.
It's dumb nigga music, bro.
The man said it's dumb nigga
He
music.
said Wiz is
Damn.
dumb nigga music.
Music,
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know,
it's
man.
music that you smoke and
He's not
chill to.
lying, but he's
At
right.
the vibe.
Well,
I mean,
shit.
I
Hey,
listen
man.
to his music.
I mean, I still got a couple
Guess I'm a dumb
songs from
nigga.
Wiz that I listen to, but like I said, bro, I don't. Wiz Khalifa ain't somebody that like I really like got into. Like, I've been to his concerts, his music, like he has his moments, but as a whole, it's kind of like it's kind of like when I hear his stuff on my shuffle, I kind of just listen. I don't really skip the song, but like I'm not gonna willingly go down and scroll through my music libraries to the W's and then like push a song. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like if it come on shuffle, come on shuffle. But then if it don't, it don't. I probably haven't heard a Wiz song in like 2 months now, to be quite honest with you.
I'm disappointed he didn't go the
Yeah,
Devin the Dude route. Because Devin the Dude is like somebody who he's like parallel to Wiz, but he has a balance of he also talks about like real shit. Like he has actual content in his music. So it's I thought he was gonna go that route, but
Yeah.
10 years later, nope.
All right. Well, there's 2 notes. What's next?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it because people have been saying I haven't listened to the songs personally, but this newer songs that he's been dropping, that they were pretty good, and that he was getting into his bag, getting back into it.
That's gonna be a decent project, probably.
So
I hope
Cushion-
this shit because he followed me.
no, Jay. The one was iconic to me, still in my rotation. So I hope that you just get complacent. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I was frozen for a minute. Oh, I don't even know what I said. It's okay.
You say you feel like he's getting complacent?
Oh no, I was saying like I hope that he's able to tap into the Cushion orange juice bag, like the original one, because that's like an iconic project to me, still in my rotation. But I feel like once you get so famous, like the level that he's on, like you kind of get complacent, and it's like, can you really get into that bag?
I don't think he
Just
ever
like
left.
Lil Wayne, can you really get into that bag?
I don't think he ever left that bag.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. He's like he's Drake, but like in a less egregious way. He's just never like progressed or never like stepped out of like he never experiments. And it's like it's a shame because it's like the first time I heard him was like Nicolay shit. So it's like I know he's very capable of like trying different stuff. But the talent is there. I'm never going to take that away from him, but the actual music is, hey, everybody got their own tastes.
Yeah. All right, so our last hypothetical is where do we see hip hop going? Like all the chaos that's been going on, like where do we see hip hop going? What do we think right now?
A divide, a true divide. I feel like it's gonna be some real East Coast versus South versus West Coast type shit, and I feel like we're gonna get probably more artists who are gonna complain about being caught in record deals, these 360s not making money, TikTok not gonna be saving people careers and getting people out of the hood like they originally thought. So we're gonna get less artists that are gonna go viral, and I think that part would be good. I think the division part would be good too. I feel like we need some real sport, not Meet the Grams, but some real sport back in hip hop. I think that'd be great. Yes, please. Do not go Meet the Grams on people. That shit is not sport. But everything else is up to it. Just stop killing each other. That's all I ask. I don't care if you diss somebody on the track. Just stop shooting people, please. Stop beefing with niggas in your hood. Work together. Be like the niggas in Atlanta. Work together.
Nah, that's real shit.
It's a good message.
Like I genuinely want people to work together. Like just don't be like Lil Yachty and you're fine. Like be like everybody else who work together. Don't be like
Yeah. I think there's something I've been noticing lately, and it's like it's always been to some degree, but lately a lot of people have been trying to a lot of people that don't normally do it have been trying to make the like the real hip hop play, and I think that's gonna become more of a thing as time goes on. People are gonna start to like you said, a divide. There's gonna be people that lean more into the well, for example, like Drake's working on the album with Conductor Williams. Him, Joey Badass just dropped 2 songs with Conductor Williams. I think people are gonna, and ASAP Rocky has the album that he has like Madlib and Alchemist on. I think people are gonna try to like make those like concessions to, I guess, like real hip hop and shit. And I don't know, I just see that becoming more of a trend, and they're becoming more of a divide. And it's like, I'm not sure what started that. Like if it was this whole situation with those two. But
Interesting.
yeah, and it's always been that. It's always been that. Like, agree.
Sorry. Do you think Kendrick's influence has caused this shift towards more like real hip hop and creating the divide? Do you think that this situation has created more of a divide?
I don't think this situation created a divide. I think the divide was already coming, because I think realistically, when it comes to music consumption, it is really strictly regional. So it feels like if you're not in a popular region, it just depends on, it takes a moment for it to be revitalized. Like West Coast music has always been banging. There's been hella people out there banging out there in the West Coast, but it just didn't get that mainstream attention because people weren't really paying attention to it. Now, because of the Kendrick shit, yeah, now people are paying attention to it, but it's like it always been banging. Just didn't know. Same thing with Detroit rap. Like Detroit rap is probably some of the best rap they got right now. Niggas just ain't paying attention to it. Like it's hella niggas out there killing it, but they not paying attention. So it's strictly regional, but that's okay because like I said, I fuck with it because that separation is what makes it fun.
I was about to say that like the more like it's a good thing because we need more regional sound, like bringing that shit back. So everybody can have this distinctive sound and shit like it was back in the day. Because everybody want to sound like fucking Atlanta. It's been going on for fucking years, and it's irritating the fuck out of me.
Yeah. I don't need my New York rapper trying to come down here and make a trap beat. I don't need an Atlanta rapper going up to fucking New York making drill music. Like I don't need that. I don't want that. I want, if you from Atlanta, make your music from Atlanta. If you from Texas, give me that chopped and screwed music. If you from out west, give me some West Coast shit, man. Like don't try to be like stop trying to be something you're not. I think that's the really biggest thing. It's like a lot of artists are not being true to themselves. Like, and there's some artists who just don't need to make music in general. Like, it's okay to Just be like, bro, I'm trash. I'm washed. I need to hang it up. You know, I'm talking about you, right, Rich? But yeah.
Yeah, definitely gotta have some self-awareness. Like Lil Wayne dropping an album, who asked for that? But I mean, I feel like with all the whole Super Bowl controversy, I feel like that's why he like picked this time. But it's just like, streets didn't need that. Streets didn't need that.
All right,
Malik,
leave
what did you
Wiz
think?
Khalifa alone, bro. That's crazy. Leave Wiz
So
alone.
what? Oh, I said, what do you see hip hop going?
Oh no, shit, I want to say the same thing. It's also feel like more of a divide in anything and shit. You feel me? With like having people more regional sounds and shit. Cause like I said, it's been the same dead horse getting beat and shit. So it's time to bring it back goddamn regional sounds and shit and be divided but in a good way. So that's why I got them kind of see shit going.
I feel like people are trying to do the real hip hop thing because, especially now with like the internet and age of information, everything's out there. It's just like people, I feel like, want authenticity, and that's why like TikTok thing might not be the formula in the future. You know, just feel like people, the downfall of Drake, and like what he represented. Yeah, this shit's crazy. I don't know. Interesting to see how it plays out. Definitely super divided right now. It's like you got to pick a side. Are you Team Drake or Team Kendrick?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about either one.
All right. Huh?
I said I don't want to hear about either one of them anymore. Quite honestly.
Yeah.
No more.
I'm doing it strictly for jokes at this point, but you ain't catching me writing another think piece about shit no more. I'm sorry, I'm out of think pieces. I only got jokes.
I just want Drake. I just want Drake to be like a non-factor at some point.
I've been hating on the man since 2012.
Like the other guy who, has had an eventful week.
Yeah.
Who?
You know who. I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah, but that's all good, man. I'm done hating on Drake right now. I'm gonna direct my hate towards Roddy Ricch for the foreseeable future. So
that is funny. Yeah, after this episode, over it, because even after the end of his performance, he did game over. Like, okay, I hope that this is the end. Like, please. All right, so for our last segment, what are you guys listening to? What y'all been listening to this week? Pull up your playlist, your shuffle.
Oh, you ain't got no Crash Dummy?
Oh, yeah. You got to
you ain't even gotta look. You ain't even gotta do all that. You ain't even gotta do all that. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it literally just it's Kanye. But it's not Kanye at the same time. It's Kanye. It's Kanye. Like we don't. I'm not even touching that subject.
Yeah,
I'm not going down that road. But I will say this: Holy Ray put out another song. Don't piss me off. Go ahead. Go ahead, Cloud. Go ahead. What you music? That shit piss me off.
Me, I'm listening to the. It comes out tomorrow, but I've been listening to the new Black Milk and Fat Ray album, and that's probably my favorite album of the year so far. That shit is fire, and that's like Black Milk going back to like random acts type shit. Like because he was doing a live instrumentation and stuff like that for a while, but this is like him going back to like making beats and shit. And Fat Ray's the best rapper out of Bruiser Brigade, like bar none. So them two. They did an album way back in like 2008. So it was dope to see them come back for another one. But I've been listening to that. I've been listening to 88 Keys, some Joel Santana, Camp Low. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and Cannibal Ox Cold Vein. That's one of my favorite albums ever. So yeah,
let's see. I got some new stuff because I think I reviewed it, but I did Young Dro and Zaytoven. I'm not sure if I finished the album. I probably did. I don't know if anybody remember the white girl from On the Radar with that deep ass voice, Georgia Young. Hey, the shit kind of slide. I'm not gonna hold you. It kind of slide. She got a song called Elevator Spaghetti. The song is as stupid as the title. But when I tell you that motherfucker slide in the whip, I'm not gonna hold you. And I'm a huge hater. I tried to hate on it. It didn't work. So Marco Plus, that was a pretty good little single he dropped.
he's dope.
YG Tut, his album, dope. I love YG Tut, one of my favorite rappers.
What I want to say. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I would say Wi-Fi's Funeral, Ryan Trey. We got a couple joints with Jordan Ward, Larry, Alchemist, 2 Chainz. Duh. Norris Gold, Currency, Saba, No ID, and then who else I listened to? I forgot, but that's pretty much it for the most part. Just listening to those, some Duke Deuce, Green Tea Ping, yeah. So just some, just a little something. But I got some reviews coming pretty soon with some other albums I actually finished.
Nice. Malik, what you listening to?
I'm listening to. Let me see. Look at my little list. I've been listening to. I've been heavy on Sir. I've been listening to a lot of Sir and shit. Tony. One of my favorite R&B bands of all time. They the greatest of all time.
They're the dopest.
They really is. Haitian Body, Older. By Mark, Mark Lane, that's my nigga. One of my favorite rappers right now. Westside Boogie. Clyro, I think I'm pronouncing her name right. The singer, I think that's her name. Yeah. Gaius Givaro, I think. That's how you say his name. Gaius Givaro, y'all know what I'm talking about? The rapper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One of my homies was on that album.
Yeah, that was a good ass fucking album he dropped. Go Yard, Even Said, yeah, that was a good ass album. Let me see. G's, the new Larry June 2 Chainz, the Akademiks album. G-Funk Fast Volume 1 and 2 by Nate Dogg. Key Glock, you know what I'm saying, Gap Man, and J. Cole, and basically that's it.
Solid. So me, I've been kind of keeping it simple. I just put the shuffle on and be some random shit. I was listening to some Stally, that old song Party Heart. I've been listening to Currency. I feel like it's his like most slept on project. It's called Fire in the Clouds. That shit goes. Some Green Tea Ping. I posted that today for Women's Wednesday. Some Doja Cat, her Scarlet 2 Claude album. I was listening to some Patronata. He got a song with Pink Panther that I really like. I posted it today. Joey Badass, the old 1999 mixtape, and then some Cleo Soul, that Gold album. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. So yeah, guys. So closing statements. Anything you gotta promote? Anything you're working on? Anything fun? How's your mental health? Positive words.
Yeah, just I got my YouTube. Go follow the YouTube. I'm uploading stuff every day. And yeah, that's it for me.
Just keep a lookout for my Twitter account. I'll get back in the mood probably this week, probably this weekend, because there's a few albums I want to review. So check out Closure by Abby Jasmine this weekend. Other than that, your boy on PlayStation, Carlito the Guru. Yeah, me. I'm on Call of Duty. Trying to get to that prestige rank, man. Working hard. I'm putting the team on my back every time. I got that C4.
I'm dead. Working hard. Malik, what about you? What you working on?
Man, ain't shit, goddamn. Been about to have some album reviews drop pretty soon. Shit, guys. Working on them and shit. Been posting my art on Instagram. Posting a new piece. If y'all follow me on Instagram, check that out. You feel me? Trying to get some shit started with that.
Heck yeah, I gotta go look. Gotta go check it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Well, make sure we got, 58 people watching right now. Make sure y'all go to our YouTube at Hip Hop High Society and subscribe. Like, turn that bell on so you know the minute we go live. Thanks, guys, for joining me tonight. I'm holding it down while D's out the country, but I think we did good. We had some good discussions. So thanks for joining us on this lovely Wednesday. And peace. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.